Oh, hey there. Good morning. Welcome back to the Two-Stroke Turbo channel. Welcome back to working on odd little cars. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out all the 3,000 videos I've posted in the many 10 years, a decade. I mean, lots of good ones in there. If you want to check them out, that's great. What are we doing today? We're working on a Diesel Rabbit. This is our one owner Diesel Rabbit. And we just put a new injection pump on it, and we're getting ready to bleed the system. So we've got, let's just run through what we did here. The old injection pump sprung a leak from this little fitting right here. I don't even know what that does. My fingers touching it, it was spurting out the side there. So we put a new injection pump on it, or actually had it rebuilt. New timing belt, new tensioner for the timing belt. Water pump got done last time. Alternator is pretty fresh. I'm going to do a valve cover gasket. I'm getting ready to bleed the system. If you're familiar with an old diesel like this, it's normally aspirated. It does not have a lift pump. There is no pump in the tank. This is your filter. This is your supply. This is full of diesel fuel. And it relies solely on the injection pump to suck fuel, which sometimes takes a long time of cranking. Being that the pump is all rebuilt, it's completely dry inside, diesel can't have any air in the system. So I have developed a little primer thing, and I'm going to show you how that works. So what I've done is I've taken my 2-gallon can of diesel here, and I've got my intake and my pump that goes into my old flapper pump, and it's going to pressurize the injection pump. And I've already started to do that. It is battery operated, so it's working off the car battery. If I pull this, you can hear that buzzing away, and you'll see a stream of fluid coming out my outlet of, that means that my pump is full. So now I just have to bleed the injectors. I'm going to turn that off. It's going to make a mess, of course. I'm going to hook this up. That will send it back to the tank. So really the air will only be between the head of the injection pump and the injectors. Those lines are all going to be full of air. I can crack them, but it might fire up. So I'm going to put that, clamp this back on here, prime it a little more, turn the key, and just see what happens. Let's do that. Okay, so we're back to working on our 600,000 mile 1.5 liter Volkswagen non-turbo, normally aspirated diesel engine. And I have capped off the return, which goes to the pump. You can see here, this is the fuel supply from the tank. We're not using that. There's no reason that that will flood or anything because there's no lift pump. So we've got the fuel injection pump artificially fueled from my fuel can. And I forgot to mention, it has brand new injectors and brand new glow plugs. So we're going to hook the battery up. This off. This is my lead for my auxiliary pump. Put the battery connection. I hope that'll crank. I have made sure that my camshaft and my crankshaft are in time, and I'm hoping the injection pump's in time. I can still play with the pump itself and figure out how to advance and retard that. Let's just see what happens. I also have an extension on my muffler because this thing's going to smoke to high heaven, and it goes to an exhaust fan there, which I hope will blow out the door so I'm not smelling exhaust fumes for the rest of the day. Okay, so let's see if this thing glows. Looks like the glow plug light is on. That's that one right there. Turn my light off. Wait for that. Okay, that went. We're in neutral. See what happens here. Oh, we've got a low battery. Cranking over a little faster. Oh, we got to turn our, I forgot to turn our our auxiliary pump on. Okay, that's pumping away now. That'll help. I think we're going to have to boost the battery. It's just, it's a little low. It's been sitting here for a while. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to glow. That buzzer is driving me crazy. Okay, let's see if the oil light goes off too. A lot of air in them lines. Oil light's off. Nothing. I don't want to crank it too much. I'm going to get the battery booster. Boost the battery a little bit. I'm going to crack each one of these injector lines. Yep, I got them loose. Because it's just not, I don't think it's happy. Okay, that's all four of those, I believe. Turn my pump back on. I don't think any fluid's going to come out of my injector lines until I start cranking. I've got my battery booster going, and what do we got? Got a nice 20 amp charge. Let's try this again. See if we can make some smoke. I wonder if I should use the advancer. This does have an advance. Maybe I should use that. Okay. Okay, back to glow plug-in. Still cranking. Not even a little pop yet. Let's check to see if we got fluid coming out of our injector lines. No, we got nothing. Until we get fluid coming out of those injector lines, we got nothing. Hope this pump is good. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing with this. Okay, got the pump running, got the battery charging, even tried a little sniff. Not anything coming out of the injectors, and I think I just figured it out. I forgot to hook up the anti-diesel solenoid or the shut-off solenoid, so there's no power getting to that. My wire is just hanging free here. So, my bad. I gotta hook that up. I'm pretty sure that's not allowing anything. That's the shut-off for the, so nothing's getting to the fuel head. Always something. Okay, so we got our pump going. This is our artificial pump into our injection pump to supply pressurized fuel. I had forgot to hook up the only one electrical connection of this whole mechanical fuel system, and that is the shut-off solenoid. I'm going to crank it over now and see if we should have fuel coming out of our injector lines. I'm pretty sure that's why that wasn't happening, so let's turn it over. And I might even spray a little bit of laughing gas, see if I can get the engine to turn over a little faster. So I'm going to just shoot a little tiny bit of stuff in the intake. See if we can get a little bit of noise, a little smoke. I know you guys have done this and watched me do this a couple times. We got the advancer out. It's in neutral. We're going to let it glow. Glow plug is this light here. Okay, let's see what happens. Come on, baby. Nothing. Not even a pop. Huh. I don't want to crank on this thing all day. Is there any fuel coming out of my injectors? Yes. This one here is very wet. You can see it's leaking. This one not so much. This one, yes. So I think I'm going to crank these down a little bit. They are starting to pump. A lot of air in the system. Okay, let's tighten those up. Try again. Okay, so our clicky-clack pump is still pumping. Can you hear that? Clicky-clack. Pressurized to my injection pump. I've got my injectors now closed. I have my solenoid engaged. Battery is being charged. This should fire. Again, we've got the advancer out a little bit. Let it glow. Oh yeah, here we go. Give it a little gas. Trying. Can you hear it galloping? There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. Nothing coming up. Running pretty rough. Got a little bit of a leak here. Okay, so she's running. Not smoking at all. I figured this thing would be smoking like crazy. It's not. Okay, we're going to do some checks and tighten everything down. Looks like we got a leak there. That's probably coming from this. Whoop. See what we can do. Look at that. Stella has finally ventured outside today. She's getting a little sun on her tummy. It's kind of nice out here, isn't it? It's breezy. Cool. Okay, dog's going to get some sun on her tummy. We're going to keep working on our rabbit diesel here. I think we got stuff figured out. We got all the leaks stopped from our hard lines, from our new injectors. I advanced the pump just a touch. See that little mark right there? Needs to line up with that mark. It just seemed like it was a little sluggish and didn't start up real fast. So I advanced just a touch. There is a special tool that you're supposed to stick down in there and measure the actual pump stroke and figure out where that is in relationship to the timing belt and top dead center. And I got that pretty close, but I like to have it just a little more zippy. So let's see how easily she starts up. Okay, hopefully the last time here. Okay, key, let her glow a little bit. Starts right up. That's nice. Has a different sound to it. I don't have the water pump going, so I'm not going to run for very long. That seems nice. I had the auxiliary tank pumping fuel back into the tank and it was dripping down and it filled up my pants because it wasn't drawing from the car. That's crazy. No smoke. That's nice. Okay, so we're still working on our little Volkswagen Rabbit here. Got the valve cover off. I'm going to change the gasket and I think I'm going to do a quick valve adjustment or at least valve check to see how we're doing there. Might as well. Okay, Stella, you're all perky. This little perky little rabbit's been on my lift a long time. I think it's finally time to get her down. Check the valves, put the air filter back on, got the new injectors in, new glow plugs, new injection pump, timed the pump, new timing belt, and some other fiddly fart things like the hoses and some other little things. Let's see if it starts and take it for a drive. Forgot, while it's up on the lift, I want to rotate the tires, so I'm going to do that next. Stella, you're going to have to wait just a minute before we go for a drive. You're a good girl. You can wait. Okay. Got that back on. Ready to go. Okay, that annoying buzz is so refreshing when you get into your Volkswagen Rabbit. Let's see. We are glowing with our glow plugs. Glows off. I think I got the tachometer hooked up again. Fired right up. See if we can get the alternator to go off. Yep, good. This door's open. Stella wants to go. Stella, do you want to go for a ride? We'll get out here and check. Back out of the shop. Seems like it runs good. Back in neutral, brake on. Let's make sure there's no leaking fluids. Stella, you see any leaking fluids? Sounds great. Sounds smooth. Sounds really good. And I don't think we have any smoke. Hardly any. Let's go take this thing for a drive. Stella, you want to come for a drive? Come on. Let's go. I think it's okay for you to ride in this car. Okay, that smells good, huh? Classic car this is. Man, you just don't see these on the road anymore. Stella's proud to ride in the back. Aren't you? Are you proud to ride in there? Yeah. Even says rabbit on the floor mats. See that? Okay. Let's take this little hot rod for a drive. Yeah, tachometer's working. Pyrometer's working. Your voltage gauge is working. No power steering. No power door locks. No airbags. No crumple zones. Oh, probably could use some more air in the tires. Hopefully the speedometer works. Make sure we don't get hit by a car. Oop. A lot of soot out the pipe on that initial startup. Let's see how this thing runs on the big road. Car's coming. Temperature, we got full tank. Yeah, we overfilled the tank with our jerry can. First gear, speedometer's working. Second gear. Doesn't have a lot of throttle, but I guess that's the way they are. It's picking up though. Third gear gets up to 40 pretty good actually. Let's slow down here and go through the park. Seems to run a lot cleaner than it did. It used to blow a lot of black smoke. Under full throttle. Horn works. Yeah. Thought it did. Yeah, it does. Takes a couple of beeps. Heater's working great. It's got good torque. Let's see, we'll start out in second gear, see what happens here. Hang on, Stella. Second gear, pulling away, smoking a little bit. Third gear. It's pretty good. Fourth gear. Nice. Smells like it might have a heater core leak. Smell antifreeze. Pull in here and take a look around, make sure everything's still good. Doesn't have a temperature gauge, does it? That's our temperature gauge right there. It's an idiot light. It's not on, so that's good. Still idling about 900. Pyrometer's up. Light works. You want out of there still? Okay. Well, that's a fun little ride. Not super powerful, probably super economical on gas, and it gets right up there. I mean, it takes a while, but it's not the most slouchiest thing I've ever driven. Neat little car. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Stella says, woof.